how many times have we heard the phrase, the Netflix for games, only to see services sputter out and disappear? Well, a true gaming service may have finally arrived as console rivals Sony and Microsoft agreed to team up and deliver cloud gaming that could change the way we play forever. Can you imagine playing Halo on a PS5? Gran Turismo with your Xbox controller? It's all possible, if everything works out. There are plenty of factors at play, but once the next generation consoles do arrive, the possibilities are endless, and we have some exclusive news and breakdowns that could directly impact your buying decisions. The console wars have been on a long journey, but what originally started as a battle for shelf space at GameStop and Toys R Us has ventured off. Up, and away to the clouds. While Nintendo pretty much does their own thing, and companies like Atari and Sega remain an afterthought, we have two big competitors left in the console war camp, Sony's PlayStation and Microsoft's Xbox. As they both round the corner for another lap, the race seems quite even. It's like if two horses in the Kentucky Derby suddenly strapped together and crossed the finish line at the very same time. It's like if the two Super Bowl teams just decided to sit back, relax, and enjoy J-Lo's halftime show. Yeah, you get the picture. We get all hyped up defending our favorite consoles of choice, only to have them both dupe us. It's right there! A picture of Sony President and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida shaking hands with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. But what does this all mean? Are we getting a Sony PS Box 5X or a Microsoft X Station X Pro? Nah, not quite. Despite the tight grip on the CEO handshake, and oh man, that's a tight grip, there's nothing physical about the Sony-Microsoft relationship. It's all in the clouds, baby. Specifically, Microsoft's new venture known as the XCloud. We are on the major forefront of cloud gaming, downloads, and instant 4K digital content access. Remember the days when consoles first got those 8MB memory cards and we could actually save our data? Well, it's like that, only on a much bigger scale. Currently, Microsoft and Sony both offer their own forms of cloud gaming, the Microsoft Game Pass and PS Now. With similar pricing features, the true differences comes down to the actual games you want to play. While a majority of gamers prefer to use consoles, the xCloud and new technology is allowing Game Pass and PS Now access for computers, tablets, and smartphones. And while the clouds continue to gather, the emphasis as of late has been on the new hardware, hitting stores this holiday season. But as Sony and Microsoft know exactly what gamers want, their hardware almost becomes a muddled blend of the same things. 4K gaming? Check. Backwards compatibility? Check. Solid-state drives? Ray tracing lighting? Cloud saves for video and photo content? Checkity, check. Boom bang, baby. Yeah. I'll give you another take of that. Check, and check. Boom bang. Unless you're breaking down tiny details, each console will feature everything you seek out, but things really take a turn when it comes to game selection. Over the years, Sony and Microsoft have really built up their exclusive title libraries. In this corner, we have the Sony Playstation, a console boasting a historical record which includes franchises like Uncharted, God of War, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, and Marvel's Spider-Man. And in this corner, we have the Microsoft Xbox with Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, okay, enough with the Halos. But let's not forget Forza Motorsport and Sunset Overdrive. But now picture this, Microsoft and Sony are both on the same cloud server, the xCloud. What if those exclusive titles were no more? We could mix and match both current and next-gen titles throughout the cloud. Business-wise, there are both pros and cons. A con? Hardware sales could take a major hit. Why buy a whole new Xbox console just for Halo if you could download the game on a PlayStation? This is already a problem Microsoft will deal with on their own end. The Play Anywhere system Microsoft has rolled out will guarantee that any Xbox Studios launch games for the Xbox Series X will also play on Xbox One and Windows 10 devices. So if people do want to play the new Halo, they can do so on a computer without the need to purchase the new console. The pros? A way to double or triple game sales. While in some cases this would expand Microsoft and Sony's business, the potential increase in sales could also help with many third-party gaming companies. And when exclusive titles are shared, they don't need to be all the new ones. Sony and Microsoft can hold on to their precious franchises, much like Gollum and his ring. Just give gamers a few more options. From a marketing standpoint, you have some great options. Sony could unleash the Gran Turismo franchise into the XCloud for Microsoft Gaming. When the new sequel gets released on the PS5, simply keep the new title as a console exclusive and use the old ones to get gamers enticed, and convert it as PS5 console buyers. Why aren't we running the marketing department over there? Enjoying this so far? Give us a like, send a comment, and subscribe to TheGamer for more great content. Eliminating the console exclusives may be the best way to sustain the cloud gaming business as well. If you truly want to be the Netflix for gaming, then you have to live up to the name. There's nothing like going on Netflix, watching an episode of Fuller House, switching over to a classic 90s drama, and then ending the night with a serial killer documentary. The diversity is what helps Netflix stand out, and the individual streaming libraries may not be enough. Big games will draw in big subscriber numbers, but we have to consider how much do gamers really want the cloud gaming services as well. Let's look at some examples in the past. Gamefly, the Netflix disc rental service for gamers, decided to launch its own game streaming option. They boasted titles like Batman Arkham City and the Tomb Raider reboot, but ultimately shut down the streaming service in 2018. The main problem was that Gamefly didn't have what Sony and Microsoft already have: an army of millions of gamers with the hardware ready to play. By implementing the current and next-gen consoles to support cloud systems, gamers get the best of both worlds. And gamers may need to seek out more places to play games cheaply. Redbox recently discontinued their game rental program, selling off their huge inventory of games and focusing exclusively on movies. So now the cloud market is open for the taking, and while people love to pit Sony and Microsoft against each other, teaming up may have been the best option for both gaming companies to survive. Keep your enemies closer, right? So while Gamefly and Redbox are pretty much game over in the cloud streaming department, there are much bigger heavy hitters coming up to bat. The first, Google. Google Stadia launched at the end of 2019, getting ahead of the PS5 and Xbox Series X by an entire year. But they might have been a little ahead of themselves. The streaming access is more about buying games than renting them. You need to purchase the Stadia controller, and you need Google products to run the games on. Google is relying on players to give up the comfort of the DualShock or Xbox Elite controller for their new Stadia design. The rocky start and lack of diverse library makes it hard for Google to make a play. The huge library of backwards-compatible games helps the cloud gaming options for both Sony and Microsoft. Rumors continue to spread, but both consoles aim to present one of the biggest backlogs of games ever. No more hunting down scratch discs on eBay when you can simply click and boop, there's the game for you in all of its original glory. Maybe even in HD. And now Amazon's in on the hunt. Alexa, can you load up some cloud gaming? No, not claw grooming. Never mind, Alexa. Anyway, Amazon already owns Twitch, the largest game video stream platform, so why not add some actual games into the mix? The company has built a stable and popular system with Prime Video, so Prime Gaming is next. The company just needs to move on from their focus on app games and get competitive with the way they develop games, and need to acquire some of the bigger licenses. So yeah, with Google and Amazon trying to get a piece of the gaming pie, it's no wonder Sony and Microsoft began hogging all them dang apples. And we're just assuming the gaming pie is an apple pie. If you prefer, they could be hogging all of those pumpkins, or pecans, or sweet potatoes. But we can't forget about the little guys. The company's chipping away at the ever-lovely pie crust. First up, NVIDIA GeForce Now. Already in a widespread beta, the cloud streaming allows PC players to access cloud games, even if your PC isn't quite up to speed. Hardware maker Alienware is not just looking to take gamers away from Microsoft and Sony, but Nintendo as well. The new UFO concept is a portable handheld device which operates on Windows and could enable some of the top games through cloud streaming. Theoretically, you could even play Microsoft's Game Pass on that device, making the UFO a potential partner for them as well. And then there's the game publishers to worry about. EA pulled an old Disney Plus move with their introduction to Origin, a PC game streaming service home to exclusive titles Madden 20, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and the Dead Space series. If Origin proves to be a success in the long run, Sony and Microsoft may decide to keep their exclusive games to themselves. With too many cooks in the kitchen or too many gamers at a convention, things could get muddled down real quick, leading to multiple failures and the loss of various services. The key for Sony and Microsoft will not be with their cross-platform play, but extra features they decide to implement. For example, Sony rumors have included multiple cloud functions. Cloud pausing, pause the game on your PS5 and immediately pick it up again on a laptop. Simultaneous gaming, pause a game, start another game, and then go back to that first game whenever you want. You never have to exit out of a game to play another one. In the middle of an epic Last of Us journey and your buddy wants to do a quick round of Fortnite? No worries, and no panicking over save points. The little things will make all the differences, and at the end of the day, Microsoft and Sony will rely on the XCloud to get the job done. Gamers will have to decide if they're okay with renting games, would prefer to own the games, or have a mix of both. In our case, it's pretty nice to try out a new game for a monthly fee as opposed to paying at full price, playing the game for a week and then never touching the dang thing again. It's like a digital Blockbuster, minus the late fees, broken games, or all those frustrating times when the wrong game is placed in the case that you rented. It'll probably be a few more years before we actually see the idea of Halo on a PlayStation, but the option is definitely open now that Microsoft and Sony have entered the cloud realm together. The first focus? The launch of their consoles. Once the fanfare dies down and the consoles hit sales goals, we will have a much better idea of what to expect in the future. By 2022, we could see Sony and Microsoft blend in ways like never before. The Xbox Game Pass could actually become a hybrid known as the Game Pass Now. Along with getting past the new console launch, we have to see how competitors like Google and Amazon are able to rise to the occasion and provide true competition. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of you are probably heading back to another round of Smash Bros. Lost on your Nintendo island, living it up. Just living the heck out of that life. Phew! Thanks for watching! So, you think it's possible for Xbox and PlayStation to actually team up and share games? Should Uncharted get released for the Xbox? Or maybe Spider-Man? Does Amazon or Google have a chance in the world of gaming? Well, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer for more great content.